Next, I want to do a few simple examples on finding the perimeters and areas of circles, squares, and triangles. These are our basic shapes, our building blocks, and hopefully by practicing them, they'll become more familiar and friendly. The first shape I want to look at is this triangle. It's called an obtuse triangle because this angle is greater than 90. I've made the base 10 centimeters. The longest side is 15 centimeters. The remaining side is 5 centimeters. And then lastly, I filled in the vertical height. So this is a little strange. The vertical height needs to be 90 degrees to the base. So all we do is extend the base with this imaginary dotted line and make the height 90 degrees to that. So let's find the perimeter. By definition, we add the lengths of all the sides. So we add the lengths of the 3 sides of the triangle. So we're going to get 15 plus 10 plus 5, which gives us 25. And don't forget our unit centimeters. For area, we use the familiar formula, half times base times height. And the values are given here for each of the unknowns. So we just plug and play. Base has a value of 10 and vertical height has a value of 4. So this works out to half times 10 is 5 times 4 is 20. And don't forget our unit centimeters squared. Next, I want to do an example on a rectangle. I'm just going to draw it like this. I'll make this side 15 centimeters and this side 6 centimeters. Okay, don't forget for a rectangle, the corners are all at 90 degrees. Also, because it's a rectangle, this side will be equal to this side. So we can fill in 15 centimeters there, and this side are the same, so it will be 6 centimeters. To find the perimeter, we add up the lengths of all 4 sides. So we add these lengths together, and we'll get 15 plus 6 plus 15 plus 6. So that's 30 plus 12. And I get 42 centimeters. Area of a rectangle should be familiar, equals to base times height or length times breadth. Same thing, we have a base of 15 and the vertical height at 90 degrees of 6. And that comes out to 90. Don't forget our unit centimeter squared. Next, I want to look at a circle. Now remember, the only quantity we're interested in when dealing with circles is the radius. The radius is the line that goes from the center to the edge. I'm going to let the value of our radius here be 5 centimeters. So our formula for perimeter is 2 times pi times r. What is perimeter when we talk about circles? Perimeter is the length of the outside of the circle. In other words, the perimeter is the circumference. Okay, so we have our radius, so all I'm going to do is plug and play. 2 times pi, substitute the value 5. Let's see what this gives us. 2 times pi times 5, I get 31,42, and our unit is centimeters. To find the area of the circle, we need the formula pi times r squared. Okay, just to refresh, whenever we take a number and square it, say we have 4 squared, all that means is we're timesing it by itself. So 4 squared is 4 times 4. So in this formula as well, all we need is the radius. So we're going to substitute 5, and don't forget it's 5 squared because our formula is r squared. Okay, so 5 squared is 5 times 5, which is 25. So we get this to be 25 times pi. And I get 78.54. Don't forget our unit, centimeters squared. The only way they can trick us when doing circle problems is if they don't give us the radius, but instead give us the diameter. So if you remember, diameter is the line from one side of the circle to the other, and it passes through the center. I'm going to let the diameter be 12 centimeters in this case. So the length of this line, diameter, is 12 centimeters. How can we find the radius if we have the diameter? Well, if we look at it, the diameter is like a radius plus a radius. Okay? Remember, radius is line from center to the side, and we have another radius going from the center to the side. Okay? So 2 radiuses make up the diameter. So all we need to do to find the radius is halve the diameter. And we will get a half times 12, which is 6 centimeters. Okay, now we can use this radius value in all of our circle formulae. So for perimeter, we have the formula 2 times pi times r. Let's substitute 2 times pi times 6. I get 37.7 unit centimeters. For our area, we have the formula pi times r squared, and I'm just going to plug and play. So where it's r squared, I'm going to put 6 squared. 6 squared is 6 times 6, which is 36. So this becomes 36 times pi. And I get 113.10. Don't forget our unit, centimeters squared. So I'm going to send out some problems on a similar level to what we've done today, and I'm not going to start on any new work until you guys are comfortable with it. Please try these problems. Please message me if you don't understand. Thanks. Have a good rest of the day.